Hello everyone, my name is Sumit and I am a postgraduate from IIT Ropar, and right now I am working as a senior OCFE faculty in Orchids, the international school. Alright, today what we are going to learn, about chemical reaction and equation. We will solve some previous year question which are frequently asked, and definitely if you practice this question you will get a good marks in the exam. Alright, so in this chapter what we are going to cover two things. Alright, first is balancing of chemical equation and second is types of reactions. Alright, so we will start with our question, our first question. So our first question asked in CBSE 2021 of 2 marks. Alright, what is meant by a balanced chemical equation and why it is necessary for equation to be balanced? Alright, so what is the meaning of a balanced equation? Alright, so in a reaction we have two sides. First one is our reactant side, second one is our product side. Alright, for example, suppose if we take any one reaction, for example C plus O2 carbon plus oxygen, it will make CO2 carbon dioxide. Alright, the physical state of carbon, oxygen both are gas, CO2 is also a gas. Now count the number of oxygen, number of carbon on the reactant side, it is 1. Number of carbon atom on product side, it is 1. Number of oxygen on the reactant side 2 and number of oxygen atom on the product side 2. Alright. So number of atom in each element on the product side is equal to number of atoms on the product side. So this is known as a balanced chemical equation. Now why it is necessary for a chemical equation to be balanced? Alright. So all chemical equation, they have to follow law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. And what this law of conservation of mass tells us? It tells us that matter cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. But how it is applicable to a chemical equation? So in a chemical equation, atoms cannot be created and cannot be destroyed during a chemical reaction. For example, same chemical reaction we will take C plus O2, let's make CO2. Alright. So no atom, one carbon atom here, one carbon atom on the product side, two oxygen atom on the reactant side, two oxygen atom on the product side. So no carbon atom is being produced nor is destroyed. So this follows the law of conservation of mass. Alright, every reaction has to follow this law of conservation of mass. That's why every reaction has to be, every equation has to be balanced. Alright, so we'll move to our next question. It is asked in 2023 of 1 marks. This is a balancing type of question. So a equation is given and we have to find the value of x, y and z. Alright, so what we will do first, we will start balancing. We will count each number of elements, atoms on the both reactant and the product side. So our first element is manganese, Mn. So there is only one atom of manganese on the reactant side and one on the product side. Next we have oxygen. We have two atoms on the reactant side and we have one atom on the product side. Next we have hydrogen. Hydrogen we have one atom on the reactant side and we have two atoms on the product side. Next we have chlorine. We have only one atom reactant side, but on product side we have 2 plus 2, 4 atoms. Alright. So, first what we will do, we will balance the chlorine. There are 4 atoms of chlorine over here on the product side, but only 1 on the reactant side. So, to make it 4, what we have to do? We have to put this value of X as 4. So, chlorine will become 4. Now, when we change this X to 4, the hydrogen atoms will become 4 on the reactant side. But here there are only 2 atoms. So, what we will do? We will put the value of Y as 2. Now, hydrogen is balanced, 2 2s are 4, 4. So, hydrogen is also balanced. Now, there are 2 atoms of oxygen over here, and when we put value of Y as 2, the oxygen will also become 2 on the product side. Alright. Now, check all equation, all the elements are balanced. Mn 1 atom, oxygen 2 atom, hydrogen 4 atom, and chlorine also 4 atoms. Alright. So, which one is our correct option? We have to find the value of X. X is 4, Y is 2, and Z is 1. Alright. So, this is our correct option, option number C. Alright. So, we will move to our next question. Alright. So, this is a question asked in 2024, a 1 mark question. When 2 ml of sodium hydroxide solution is added to a few pieces of granulated zinc in a test tube and then warmed, the reaction that occur can be written in the form of a balanced chemical equation as. Alright. So, we have sodium hydroxide, alright, sodium hydroxide that is reacting with zinc. Alright. So, when sodium hydroxide react with zinc, it makes sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is liberated. So, you can go by the process of elimination as well. Here see, it is H2O, that is not correct. So, water is not liberated. So, whatever we have equation, we have correct from B and C only. Alright. So, when we look at the equation sodium NaOH and Zn, alright, the formula for sodium zincate is Na2ZnO2. Alright. So, this is the correct formula. So, which option is correct? Option number B, 2 NaOH plus Zn, that gives us sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas is released. Alright. You can see the equation is already balanced. 2 Na, Na2, 2 atoms of sodium, 1 atom of 2 atoms of oxygen, 2 atoms of oxygen, 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of hydrogen, and 1 atom of zinc on the reactant side, 1 atom of zinc on the product side. Alright. Let us move on to our next question, that is asked in 2022 of a 2 mark question. Alright. We have to write the balanced chemical equation for combustion of methane. Alright. So, what is the formula for methane? Methane is nothing but CH4, alright, plus combustion means in the presence of oxygen, that is O2, and the product formed will be carbon dioxide CO2 plus H2O. Alright. Now, this is the unbalanced equation. Alright. Why? Because see, there are 4 atoms of hydrogen over here, 2 atoms of hydrogen. So, now what we will do? We will balance it. Alright. So, we will make that table. Reactant and product. Alright. So, first element we have First element we have carbon. There is one atom of carbon over here on the reactant side and one atom on the product side. Next we have hydrogen, 4 on the reactant side and 2 on the product side. There is 2 atoms of oxygen on the reactant side and 2 and 1 3 atoms on the product side. So we will use our heat and trial method, alright, to balance it. Okay. So there are 4 atoms of hydrogen over here and only 2 over here. So let's balance the hydrogen first and make it 4 by putting a coefficient 2 over here. Alright. So 2 2s are 4, 4 atoms of hydrogen, 4 atoms of hydrogen. So hydrogen is balanced. Alright. Now our oxygen is unbalanced, 2 oxygen over here, 3 oxygen on the product side. Alright. So now when we change the hydrogen to H2O S2, so oxygen will become 2 plus 2 4 on the product side. Now to make 4 oxygen on the reactant side, we just have to write the coefficient 2 over here. Alright. So that makes us CH4 plus 2O2 plus CO2 plus 2H2O. Alright. Now we can check it is balanced or not. 1 atom of carbon, 1 atom, 4 atom of hydrogen, 2 2s are 4 atom of hydrogen, 2 2s are 4 atom of oxygen, 2 plus 2, 4 atom of oxygen. Alright, both reactant side and product side as well balanced. Now when you write any chemical equation, please try to write the physical state of all the reactants and the product as well. Alright, that will give you full marks. Alright, so let's move on to our next question. Alright, so this is also a balancing question. In order to balance the following chemical equation, the value of A, B, C and D respectively are. Alright, so we have a equation lead nitrate is decomposing into lead oxide plus nitrogen oxide plus oxygen is released. Alright, so what we have to do, we have to balance all the elements on and number of atoms on the reactant side as well as on the product side. Now look over here, all option contains as first coefficient A as 2 only. Alright, so one thing is sure that A is 2. Now when we put A as 2, alright, the lead here 2 atoms and here the atoms of lead is 1 only. So what we will do, we will put B also as 2. Now lead is balanced 2 and 2. Alright. Now check the nitrogen atom. How many nitrogen atom are there? 2, 2s are 4 and here we have only 1 atom of nitrogen. So in place of C we can write 4. Alright. Now we will count number of oxygen atom. So 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. So 12 atom of oxygen over here and here we have 2, 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 2 10 plus 2 12. Alright. So what is the value of D over here? 1. So which option is our correct? 2 2 4 1. 2 2 4 1. Alright. So let's move on to our next question. So we will move to our next question, question number 6, that is asked in 2022. Alright. So they have asked sodium reacts with water and you have to identify which one is the balanced chemical equation. Alright. So we will check the option first. Alright. See over here, there is 1 atom of sodium over here and there are 2 atoms of sodium over here. So this option is our incorrect. Alright. See, there are 2 atoms of sodium over here in option number B and there are 2 atoms of sodium. There are 2 2s are 4 atoms of hydrogen, 2 and 2 plus 2, 4 atoms of hydrogen. Now there are 2 atoms of oxygen and there are 2 atoms of oxygen. Alright. So option number B is our correct option because sodium is balanced, hydrogen is also balanced, oxygen is also balanced, and whenever a sodium reacts water, it's a vigorous reaction that produces sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is released. So which one option are correct? Option number B. Alright. So we'll move to our next question. Alright. So this question is asked in 2023 1 mark question. The balanced chemical equation showing the reaction between quicklime and water. Alright. So you must have done this reaction in your lab. Alright. It's a exothermic reaction between quicklime and water that produces heat, quite a lot of heat. Alright. So we have quicklime as CaO that reacts with water to give calcium hydroxide plus heat. Alright. So can we check? It is unbalanced equation. Now we will check which one is correct. Alright. So we have 1 atom of calcium over here, 1 atom of calcium. We have 2 atoms of oxygen, 2 atoms of oxygen. We have 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of hydrogen. So it is already a balanced equation. Alright. So which one is our correct option? Option number C. Calcium oxide plus water gives us calcium hydroxide plus heat is released. Alright. So we'll move to our next question. Let's move to our next question, question number 8, that is asked in 2024. We have to balance the equation, alright, and we have to find the value of A, B, C and D. Alright. So we will start with balancing the aluminum first. As you can see, there are 2 atoms of aluminum on the reactant side, but there is only 1 atom of aluminum on the product side. Alright. So we can write the value of C as 2 over here. Alright, we can take the value of C as 2 over here. So aluminum is balanced, but what happened to chlorine when we add value of C over here? Chlorine become 3 to the 6. Alright. So we can write the value of B as 6 over here. Alright. Now our chlorine on the product side is 6, chlorine on the reactant side is 6. Alright. Now we will move to valence hydrogen. So there are 6 atoms of hydrogen over here and there is 2 atoms of hydrogen on the product side. So we can take value of 3 over here to make the hydrogen as 6. Alright. Now what do we have here? We have 3 atoms of oxygen on the product side and 3 atoms of oxygen on the reactant side. So what is the value of A? That is 1. Alright. So which one is our correct option? 1, 6, 2, 3. 1, 6, 2 and 3. So what is the balanced chemical equation? It is Al2O3 plus 6 HCl that gives us 2 AlCl3 plus 3 H2O. Alright. So this is our balanced chemical equation. Alright. So we will move to our next question. Okay, so we will move to our next question, question number 9. Alright, that is a balancing question. We will write our equation first. Zn NO3 twice, that decomposes, thermally decomposes to give zinc oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. Alright. Now we will start balancing our equation first. Alright. So here we have only one atom of zinc on the reactant side, one atom on the product side. Alright. So what we will do, we will move to nitrogen. Here we have two atoms of nitrogen, here we have only one atom. So we can write the value of Z as 2. Alright. So when we write the value of Z as 2, our oxygen become 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 2 6 plus 1 7, and here we have 3 2s are 6 atoms only. Alright. So what we can do, we can take the value of Z as 4. This is a hit and trial method, so we will again try. Alright. So nitrogen, here we have 4 atoms, and on the reactant side we have only 2 atoms. So what we have to do here, we have to add 2 over here. Now if we add 2 over here, the zinc will become unbalanced. So what we have to do, we have to put the value of Y as 2. Alright. Now check Zn 2 atoms, Zn 2 atoms, nitrogen 2 2s are 4 atoms, nitrogen 4 atoms, oxygen 3 2s are 6 atom, oxygen 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, and here we have 4 2s are 8 plus 2 10 plus 2 12. Alright. So the equation is balanced. So what is the value of x? 2, value of y is 2, and value of z is 4. So which option is correct? Option number C, 2 to 4. Alright. So we will move to our next question. Alright. So this is a question asked in 2022, a 1 mark question. It is important to balance the chemical equation to satisfy the law of conservation of mass. Which one of the following statement of the law is incorrect? Alright. Read the question very carefully. Alright. They are asking for incorrect statement, not correct statement. Alright. So our first statement is the total mass of the element present in the reactant is equal to the total mass of element present in the product. So this is a correct statement. The number of atom on each element remain the same before and after the chemical reaction. This is also correct. This is law of conservation of mass. The chemical reaction composition of the reactant is same before and after the reaction. Alright. So this is wrong. The chemical composition of reactant and product is completely different in a chemical reaction. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. This is also correct. So which one option is our answer? Option number C. The chemical composition of the reactant is same before and after the reaction. That is a incorrect statement. Alright. So let's move on to our next question. So before moving to our next question, alright, a few tips about writing an equation. Alright. So whenever you write any equation, try to make the equation a little bit informative. Alright. Try to write the gaseous state represented by G, a liquid state represented by L, solid state represented by S, and aqueous solution represented by AQ. Alright. And try to incorporate the condition as well. Suppose heat is provided, heat is released. Alright. If any special condition is provided to the equation, alright, try to include that in the reaction. Now let's move on to our next topic, that is the type of reaction. Alright. So we will see different type of reaction in that. Alright. And we will solve the previous year question which are frequently asked. Thank you for watching.